Good evening, I'm Giuseppe Basile. I'm the essential you can find at the website www.fibstalker.com. I also post regularly on Twitter using the FibStalker nickname. Good evening, today is Wednesday, April the 2nd, 2014. It's 11 p.m. time in Toronto, and this is a video review, a daily update for the Euro-Dollar, the S&P500 mini futures, the dollar index futures, the gold mini futures, and this review is valid for tomorrow, April the 3rd, 2014. So let's start from the euro dollar, which is what you see on the screen. You will remember that I mentioned that the sequence of measure move that we saw starting the beginning of February till mid of March now is failed, and I was looking for a retracement into the all the way halfway back here, lows to highs, and we actually got this retracement in 137.21. We also hit the first target of the measure move. I gave the setup entry short on Sunday last week in my weekly newsletter. So if you want to receive the weekly newsletter, just subscribe for free. As you can see, market participated this starting at this 138.57, never went above the stop 138.84, and it went 5 pip shy from this first target 136. 137 basically. After that, I was looking for a continuation, but this market yesterday, actually today on Wednesday, failed the next measure move short, which is traced by this previous size to lows. As we can see here, this level was actually confirmed today as well, pierced yesterday, and although there was this pierce here, we are still seeing a move lower, and we saw a violation of the 15 minutes sequence of measure move high, as I'll show you in a minute. And the price never made it to this short, so there is still a possibility that this market just reverses and trades into 138.35. So at this moment, this support is confirmed technically, but I want to see what happens now that the 15 minutes chart has failed. We showed that the all the way halfway back short failed, and I want to see what happened to the to this level here. If we fail 137.48, we have the potential for a sideways move or a pennant here, and this actually could resolve both on the upside or on the downside. So we're going to see what happens here, and if this 137.21 is retested again, there's a possibility now for it to be pierced and a continuation lower, especially if the US dollar is going to continue high. So it's very interesting, this market. I just want to show you we had a sequence of measure move. This market was not very technical, and we could see here that we had this failure of the sequence of measure move, and price anyway was brought into first and second target here, and as we saw that once we got into this second target, we could make the case that if we don't consider this failure here, if we consider that just high frequency trading or program trading, we can make the case here that this market actually failed here, the sequence of measure move, and at the moment is trading into the all the way halfway back. Another way to look at this market, so you can see here, as we can see here, we are currently testing this area of support, the 137.62. So we move below 137.48, 47, as I said before. There is a possibility for a continuation lower. We can also look at the sequence of measure move, traditional measure move that we have here, and we can see that that level has been pierced as well, and this is an indication too. So never target never went to 138.28, the first target of this measure move, and then pierced the 137.54. So there are a number of indications here for a continuation lower. We will see how this market will behave. According to this second trade, you would enter here at below 137.54 with a stop above highs, and this will be our current trade at the moment. Moving to the SP500, SP500 just continue higher as we could anticipate here after this extension long started working here. We saw it pierce this level, and eventually we saw this level work. We could only trace this sequence after the fact, so I'm not claiming that I knew where this level, specific level was. And now that we know the level though, and as we can see here, we got participation, it's very clear. Now we can actually project this price higher, and we know that this busted setup here is going to have first target already hit. The second target is going to be this 1950, so that's where you could see price. But in the short term, we can see price hitting the first target 1902 of this inner measure move, which found support at 1833, and that's where we are headed before we get an initial retracement. So no shorts here. I know that some people, they're calling for shorts, and actually I called for potential shorts when I saw this break here, but we had this busted setup, and price went anyway into first target. As you can see here, as soon as price got into the first target of this busted setup, program trading started taking profit here, although there was this failure, and market just has been picked up by the program trading on smaller time frames here, and it just keeps moving higher. I'm not sure which support this price and move has from program trading in the weekly time frame, but it is what it is, so we need to see what happens, and there is the potential for this market to get into this 1950 area, so we have to keep that in mind. Next target 1902. Moving to the dollar index here, I'm going to remove the scale here so we can look at this price. And as you know, we have a couple of important level here that we have to watch. After we got this low and a double bottom here, lows in October last year and mid of March this year, we saw price moving first into this area of resistance, which starts at 80.50 here, and we saw price moving lower. However, the opposite measure move where daily program trading was positioned and waiting to support price actually supported price. We saw bounce at this 79.93.80 level basically. So at the moment this price is moving between 80 and 80.50, and we saw again this 80.50 being tested 2 days ago, and price came lower. So at this moment we have a failure of long, as we can see here. Sorry, a failure of shorts. The shorts were not able to hold this price, and we have a failure of short longs as well, because longs were not able to support this price. But as you can see from some point on, and I could just identify this today, and we got also a confirmation here. And I'm going to show to you this on the 4-hour chart, because on this chart is a little bit confusing, but basically what I want to show on this session is that the 80.16 started supporting price here, and there is now the possibility to continue higher. Let's see this on the 4-hour chart, and I'm going to remove all this level. I will leave the all the way halfway back here, which is supporting price. So in this 4-hour chart, we can see that we had this move lower, and once we had support from the 79.94, we could see that the 4-hour bears in the 4-hour chart winning at 80.20 were not able to actually keep this price low and actually keep it moving lower. And at the same time, soon after that, we also have the failure of bulls, which were not able to sustain this price. Now, if we take this last trace here, we saw that initially bulls were not able to maintain price, but then eventually this level, the 80.16, started providing support, and as we can see, price never went below 80.10. So this is typical of wedges or consolidation formation. As we can see here, we are seeing a consolidation on top of 79.90 here, and the first target of this inner measure move starting at 80.16 with a stop below 18.09 is the previous size. So that's where we're going to see price again eventually, and I believe we're going to move higher tomorrow after this important 4-hour moves here on the chart. Let's see what happens tomorrow, but basically, it's very important to keep in mind here that this market actually has the potential to continue higher here, and this would actually support also our view in the euro dollar. Finally, I want to review the gold, and actually I've wrote an article today on you can find on my blog about gold, and it's interesting to notice that after this sequence of measure move higher failed, and if you review my previous weekly newsletter, you will see how I model this move higher, and as soon as the sequence of measure move higher failed and we had this sequence, the next measure move in the sequence was this highs to highs, and as soon as it failed with price breaching below this 1362.70 level here, we start seeing a move lower. And we knew that the first area of support on the weekly time frame, which is also visible of course on the daily time frame, would have been this lows to highs here, and we start seeing some participation at this level. Now, a lot of people they are tracing trend lines, and I traced one of these trend line here. I don't look at trend line. I think it's very simple way of looking at the market, and actually a break of a trend line that does not tell you where the overall sequence of measure move lower breaks, and that's a much more important information, because when a sequence breaks, we know that the sequence reverses, and program trading is going to push market on the other side. If that does not happen, program trading is neutral, is not going to push price. So because program trading moves can move 20 to 30% of the overall volume of a market, then I'm very interested in studying what program trading is doing, and that's what I usually do in my analysis, and that's where I get my trading edge as well. So lows to lows, we had this participation at 1341, bringing price into 1311 and 1296, and I'm waiting for the next measure move to trace. So at the moment this market is bouncing on top of a support area, weekly support area, but is still a bear market, and it will be until on the daily time frame, until my price stays below this 1304.50 here. If we go in this area and never break the red line and continue lower, we are just going to continue lower, and as you can see, the break of the trend line will not be very significant. So if we break above 1304, there is going to be for me an entry signal with a stop above lows, because now we have the possibility to retest all the way halfway back of this move. I hope this video is useful. I wish you a very good evening. Thank you very much for your attention and sticking around. See you soon. Bye bye now.